Good afternoon and welcome to your weekly FX Options Report. Today is Wednesday, August 24th, 2011. In midweek trade, the major U.S. stock averages are lower. At the end of last week, the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P 500 closed lower for the fourth straight week in a row, and for the week, they did lose over 4%. Now, in today's trading session, some economic data are in the spotlight. Global fundamentals have continued to come in mixed. And also this week, U.S. housing figures have been mostly sidelined. But earlier this morning, durable goods orders for the latest month showed an improvement, gaining by 4%, which was much better than expected. Also, at the end of this week, the Jackson Hole, Wyoming meeting of central bankers remains in the spotlight. There remains speculation over whether or not Fed Chairman Bernanke will introduce any stimulus measures for the economy. And moving on to the foreign exchange market, in midday trade on this Wednesday afternoon, the U.S. dollar has turned higher against all of the major currency pairs. Now, in terms of dollar yen, it has recovered from all-time record lows. And one way to trade your views on U.S. dollar strength or weakness is to take a look at IC's FX options. One advantage is that they are U.S. dollar denominated. For more information, you can go to www.fxoptions.com. And in your daily trend opinion for the major ICFX option pairs, let's take a quick look at the AUX, the U.S. currency, against the Australian dollar. Now, for that pair, the technical rebound is in a bearish trend. The AUX has broken above a bearish trend line, and therefore the preference of trading central analysts for the AUX is long positions above 92.50, with targets coming in at 99.40 and 102 in extension. For the BPX, the US dollar against the British pound, it is under pressure. The pair has struck against its resistance, and the preference of trading central analysts is short positions below 63, with targets coming in at 59.75 and 58.70 in extension. For the CDD, the US dollar against the CAD, the technical rebound is also in a bearish trend. Now, the RSI has broken above the declining trend line, and it is approaching its next resistance. Therefore, the preference of trading central analysts for the CDD is long positions above 95.75, with targets coming in at 101.50 and 103.50 in extension. Moving on to the EUI, the US dollar against the euro, the downside does prevail. Now, it does remain under pressure, and it is also approaching its support. Therefore, the preference of trading central analysts is short positions below 72, with targets coming in at 68.90 and 68 in extension. For the SFC, the dollar against the Swiss franc, the downside does prevail. That pair is currently pulling back on its new resistance, and the RSI is also capped by a declining trend line. Therefore, the preference of trading central analysts for the SFC is short positions below 80, with targets coming in at 75 and 71 in extension. Last but not least, for this segment, let's take a look at the YUK. That pair is currently under pressure, but it is also challenging its support. Therefore, the preference of trading central analysts is short positions below 79.80, with targets coming in at 76 and 75 in extension. Now, moving on to your weekly trend opinion, let's take a look at recent U.S. dollar action. Now, the U.S. currency is still facing a weakness in the medium term against the major currencies, and this does come as equity markets have been seeing a bit of a recovery. Now, in terms of portfolio performance, since the beginning of August 2007, that is the inception, it is higher by 2,515.28%. And since the beginning of this year, January of 2011, it is higher by 680.28%. And we do have two trade alerts for you right now, including puts on the EUI and also puts on the CDD. Now, starting off, a look at the puts on the EUI, it has struck against its resistance and is expected to face further weakness. In addition, the RSI is also belly directed. And for the puts on the CDD, the pair does stand below its strong resistance and is expected to face weakness. Trading central analysts will be keeping a close eye this week on the BPX, the YUK, and the SFC. And looking ahead to next week, we will be keeping a close eye on the SKA, the PZO, and the exotic currencies of the AUX, as well as the NZD. And that does wrap it up for a weekly FX Options Report. Make sure to tune in next week for your latest update. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.